Things to discuss and practice with your instructor. These are just a few examples of what you could discuss and practice with your instructor. Read more about alertness to come up with your own ideas. Discuss with your instructor what you need to take into account before overtaking, for example road markings, bends, etc. What could distract you while driving, for example friends, loud music, etc. How to avoid getting bored while driving long distances. Practice with your instructor. Your observation when making a turn in the road. Your alertness to other road users on narrow country lanes. Your ability to ignore your mobile phone. Arrange for someone to call you during your lesson so that you can practice your reaction. Although the official highway code advises you to turn your phone off while driving, sometimes you may forget. Section 1. Alertness. In this section, you'll learn about observing what's going on around you, being seen by other road users, being aware of other road users, anticipating what other road users are going to do, keeping your concentration on the road, avoiding distractions. Before you look at the images, and then choose the correct word or phrase to complete the sentences below. Drag and drop each phrase to the correct location. Move off. You should use your mirrors to check how your actions will affect traffic behind you. Look around for a final check, including checking the blind spots around your car. Signal, if necessary. Definition: blind spots: any areas that are hidden from the driver, either by the car's bodywork, or areas not covered by the mirrors. Getting a clear view. If you can't see behind you when reversing, ask someone to guide you to make sure that you reverse safely. If your view is blocked by parked cars when you're coming out of a junction, move forward slowly and carefully until you have a clear view.
This is an awareness test. How many passes does the team in white make?
Go!
The answer is 13. But did you see the moonwalking bear?
Go!
The answer is 13. But did you see the moonwalking bear?
Go!
Overtaking. Observation is particularly important when you're overtaking another vehicle. Make sure you can see the road ahead clearly, looking out for vehicles coming towards you. Whether you're near a junction, vehicles could come out of the junction while you're overtaking. Whether the road gets narrower, there may not be enough space for you to overtake. Bends or dips in the road, which will make it difficult for you to see traffic coming towards you. Road signs that mean you must not overtake. Before you overtake, check that it's safe, legal and necessary. You have enough time to complete the overtaking maneuver. Being seen by others. It's important for other road users to know you're there. Switch on your lights when it starts to get dark, even if the street lights aren't on. Where you can't be seen, such as at a hump bridge, you may need to use your horn. If you're following a large vehicle, stay well back. This will help the driver to see you in their mirrors. Staying back will also help you see the road ahead much more clearly. This is especially important if you're planning to overtake the vehicle. Tip. Remember, if you're following a large vehicle and can't see the vehicle's mirrors, the driver may not be able to see you or know you're there. Observation. Anticipation. Anticipation can help you to avoid problems and incidents so that you can drive more safely. For example, a give-way sign warns you that a junction is ahead, so you can slow down in good time. Look at the road signs and markings, these give you information about hazards. You should follow their advice. Slow down if necessary. Circles give orders. Triangles give warnings. Rectangles give information. When turning right onto a dual carriageway, check that the central reservation is wide enough for your vehicle to stop in, especially if you're towing a trailer. Do this in case you have to wait before joining the traffic. If there's not enough space for your vehicle, only emerge when it's clear both to the right and left. Definition: dual carriageway. A road that has a central reservation to separate the carriageways. Central reservation. An area of land that separates opposing lanes of traffic. When turning right onto a dual carriageway, check that the central reservation is wide enough for your vehicle to stop in, especially if you're towing a trailer. Do this in case you have to wait before joining the traffic. If there's not enough space for your vehicle, only emerge when it's clear both to the right and left. Definition: dual carriageway. A road that has a central reservation to separate the carriageways. Central reservation. An area of land that separates opposing lanes of traffic. If you're approaching traffic lights that have been green for some time, be prepared to stop because they may change. Road conditions will affect how easy it is to anticipate what might happen. It's more difficult when the weather is very wet or windy. The light is poor. The traffic volume is heavy. The route you're driving is new to you. In these conditions, you need to be particularly aware of what's happening around you. If you're approaching traffic lights that have been green for some time, be prepared to stop because they may change. Road conditions will affect how easy it is to anticipate what might happen. It's more difficult when the weather is very wet or windy. Anticipating what other road users might do. Watch other road users. Try to anticipate their actions so that you're ready if you need to slow down or change direction. Be aware of more vulnerable road users. Select each image to find out what to watch for. Pedestrians approaching a crossing, especially young, older or disabled people who may need more time to cross the road. Cyclists, always pass slowly and leave plenty of room, especially if the cyclist is young and may have little experience of dealing with traffic. Motorcyclists, who may be difficult to see. Horses, which may be startled by the noise of your vehicle, pass them slowly and leave plenty of room. Always be ready to stop. However well prepared you are, you may still have to stop quickly, in an emergency. Keep both hands on the wheel as you brake to help you to keep control of your vehicle. Ensure that if you're driving on a motorway, you should leave the motorway and stop in a safe place before using your phone. If you have a navigation system, stop in a safe place before programming the system. You could also be distracted by something that has happened on the road, such as an incident on the other side of a motorway. Don't slow down or try to see what's happening. Continue with your journey and keep your concentration on your driving. There are objects hanging from your interior mirror. Why could this be a hazard? Select the correct answer. Your view could be obstructed. Your sun visor might get tangled. Your radio reception might be affected. Your windscreen could mist up more easily. That you can see clearly through the wind. Ensure that you can see clearly through the windscreen of your vehicle. Stickers or hanging objects could obstruct your view or draw your attention away from the road. Ensure that you can see clearly through the windscreen of your vehicle. Stickers or hanging objects could obstruct your view or draw your attention away from the road. Meeting the standards. The national standard for driving sets out the skills, knowledge and understanding that DVSA believes are required to be a safe and responsible driver. If you know, understand and are able to do the things described in the standard, then you'll not only be in a great position to pass your test but will also be well on your way to becoming a safe driver for life. You can view the national standard for driving at www.gov.uk. Meeting the standards. The national standard for driving sets out the skills, knowledge and understanding that DVSA believes are required to be a safe and responsible driver. If you know, understand and are able to do the things described in the standard, then you'll not only be in a great position to pass your test but will also be well on your way to becoming a safe driver for life. You can view the national standard. You must be able to decide if you're fit to drive. You shouldn't be too tired, too ill, too emotional, under the influence of drugs or alcohol. Manage your passengers so that they don't stop you driving safely. Be aware of what's around you, nearby and far away, at all times. Drive at such a speed that you can always stop in the clear space ahead of you. You must know and understand how a poor seating position and bad posture can make you tired. How to deal with passengers if they make it hard for you to concentrate on the road. That some cars have large pillars that block your view, and how to deal with this. How to read the road ahead and be prepared for the unexpected. Think about which clues can you use to help you anticipate what other road users might do? For example, a filling station at the side of the road could mean traffic slowing down to pull in, or vehicles pulling out. Why is it important to keep well back from large vehicles? What might you use to plan a long journey, and how would you make sure you took breaks at suitable points? Can you find a way to remind yourself to switch off your phone or put it to voicemail before you begin driving? Things to discuss and practice with your instructor. These are just a few examples of what you could discuss and practice with your instructor. Read more about alertness to come up with your own ideas. Discuss with your instructor what you need to take into account before overtaking, for example road markings, bends, etc. What could distract you while driving, for example friends, loud music, etc. How to avoid getting bored while driving long distances. Practice with your instructor. Your observation when making a turn in the road. Your alertness to other road users on narrow country lanes. Your ability to ignore your mobile phone. Arrange for someone to call you during your lesson so that you can practice your reaction. Although the official highway code advises you to turn your phone off while driving, sometimes you may forget. What should you do when you move off from behind a parked car? Give a signal after moving off. Look around before moving off. Look around after moving off. Use the exterior mirrors only.
Before moving off, you should use both the interior and exterior mirrors to check that the road is clear. Look around to check the blind spots and, if necessary, give a signal to warn other road users of your intentions. Also look well ahead as you'll have to steer out into the road to pass the parked car.
What should you do before slowing down or stopping your vehicle? Sound the horn. Use the mirrors. Select a higher gear. Flash the headlights.
Before slowing down or stopping, check the mirrors to see what's happening behind you. Also assess what's ahead and make sure you give the correct signal if it will help other road users.
There are objects hanging from your interior mirror. Why could this be a hazard? Your view could be obstructed. Your sun visor might get tangled. Your radio reception might be affected. Your windscreen could mist up more easily.
Ensure that you can see clearly through the windscreen of your vehicle. Stickers or hanging objects could obstruct your view or draw your attention away from the road.
What should you do if you can't see clearly behind when you're reversing? Open the window to look behind. Open the door to look behind. Look in the near side mirror. Ask someone to guide you.
If you want to turn your car around, try to find a place where you have good all-round vision. If this isn't possible, and you're unable to see clearly, then get someone to guide you.
What should you do as you approach this bridge? Move to the right, slow down, change gear, keep to 30 miles per hour.
You should slow down and be cautious. Hump bridges are often narrow and there may not be enough room for you to pass an oncoming vehicle at this point. Also, there's no footpath, so be aware of pedestrians in the road.
What's most likely to distract you while you're driving? Using a mobile phone, using the windscreen wipers, using the demisters, using the mirrors.
Except for emergencies, it's illegal to use a handheld mobile phone while you're driving. Even using a hands-free kit can severely distract your attention.
What does this curved arrow road marking mean? Heavy vehicles should take the next road on the left to avoid a weight limit. The road ahead bends to the left. Overtaking traffic should move back to the left. The road ahead has a camber to the left. What does this curved arrow road marking mean?
In this picture, the road marking shows that overtaking drivers or riders need to return to the left. These markings show the direction drivers must pass hatch markings or solid double white lines. They're also used to show the route that high vehicles should take under a low arched bridge. In this picture, the road marking shows that overtaking drivers or riders need to return to the left. These markings show the direction drivers must pass hatch markings or solid double white lines. They're also used to show the route that high vehicles should take under a low arched bridge.
You're turning right onto a dual carriageway. What should you do before emerging? Stop, apply the parking brake and then select a low gear. Position your vehicle well to the left of the side road. Check that the central reservation is wide enough for your vehicle. Make sure that you leave enough room for a vehicle behind.
Before emerging right onto a dual carriageway, make sure that the central reservation is deep enough to protect your vehicle. If it isn't, you should treat the dual carriageway as one road and check that it's clear in both directions before pulling out. Neglecting to do this could place part or all of your vehicle in the path of approaching traffic and cause a collision. Before emerging right onto a dual carriageway, make sure that the central reservation is deep enough to protect your vehicle. If it isn't, you should treat the dual carriageway as one road and check that it's clear in both directions before pulling out. Neglecting to do this could place part or all of your vehicle in the path of approaching traffic and cause a collision.
You're driving on a wet road. What should you do if you have to stop your vehicle in an emergency? Apply the parking brake and foot brake together. Keep both hands on the steering wheel. Select reverse gear. Give an arm signal.
As you drive, look well ahead and all around so that you're ready for any hazards that might develop. If you have to stop in an emergency, react as soon as you can while keeping control of the vehicle. Keep both hands on the steering wheel so you can control the vehicle's direction of travel. As you drive, look well ahead and all around so that you're ready for any hazards that might develop. If you have to stop in an emergency, react as soon as you can while keeping control of the vehicle. Keep both hands on the steering wheel so you can control the vehicle's direction of travel.
Why are these yellow lines painted across the road? To help you choose the correct lane, to help you keep the correct separation distance, to make you aware of your speed, to tell you the distance to the roundabout. Why are these yellow lines painted across the road?
These lines are often found on the approach to a roundabout or a dangerous junction. They give you extra warning to adjust your speed. Look well ahead and do this in good time.
Where should you avoid overtaking? Just after a bend, in a one-way street, on a 30-mile-per-hour road, approaching a dip in the road.
Oncoming vehicles or other hazards can be hidden from view by dips in the road. If you can't see into the dip, wait until you have a clear view and can see that it's safe before starting to overtake.
What does the term blind spot mean? An area covered by your right-hand mirror, an area not covered by your headlights, an area covered by your left-hand mirror, an area not visible to the driver.
Modern vehicles provide the driver with a good view of both the road ahead and behind using well-positioned mirrors. However, the mirrors can't see every angle of the scene behind and to the sides of the vehicle. It's essential that you know when and how to check the vehicle's blind spots, so that you're aware of any hidden hazards.
You're on a long motorway journey. What should you do if you start to feel sleepy? Play some loud music. Stop on the hard shoulder for a rest. Drive faster to complete your journey sooner. Leave the motorway and stop in a safe place.
If you feel sleepy, you should leave the motorway at a service area or at the next exit and stop in a safe place to rest. A supply of fresh air can help to keep you alert before you reach the exit, but it isn't a substitute for stopping and resting.
You're waiting to turn right at the end of a road. What should you do if your view is obstructed by parked vehicles? Stop and then move forward slowly and carefully for a clear view. Move quickly to where you can see so you only block traffic from one direction. Wait for a pedestrian to let you know when it's safe for you to emerge. Turn your vehicle around immediately and find another junction to use.
At junctions, your view is often restricted by buildings, trees or parked cars. You need to be able to see in order to judge a safe gap. Edge forward slowly and keep looking all the time. Don't cause other road users to change speed or direction as you emerge.
You're driving your car. When may you use a handheld mobile phone? When you're receiving a call, when you've parked safely, when you're driving at less than 30 miles per hour, when your car has automatic transmission.
It's illegal to use a handheld mobile phone while you're driving, except in a genuine emergency. Even using a hands-free kit can distract your attention. Park in a safe and convenient place before receiving or making a call or using text messaging. Then you'll also be free to take notes or refer to papers.
Why should you use your mirrors when you see a hazard ahead? Because you'll need to accelerate out of danger, to assess how your actions will affect the traffic behind, because you'll need to brake sharply and stop, to check what's happening on the road ahead.
You should be constantly scanning the road for clues about what's going to happen next. Check your mirrors regularly, particularly as soon as you spot a hazard. What's happening behind may affect how you respond to hazards ahead.
Why should you use your mirrors when you see a hazard ahead?
You should be constantly scanning the road for clues about what's going to happen next. Check your mirrors regularly, particularly as soon as you spot a hazard. What's happening behind may affect how you respond to hazards ahead.
When do windscreen pillars cause a serious obstruction to your view? When you're driving on a motorway, when you're driving on a dual carriageway, when you're approaching a one-way street, when you're approaching bends and junctions.
Windscreen pillars can obstruct your view, particularly at bends and junctions. Look out for other road users, especially cyclists, motorcyclists and pedestrians who can easily be overlooked.
What's likely to happen if you use a hands-free phone while you're driving? It will improve your safety, it will increase your concentration, it will reduce your view, it will divert your attention.
Talking to someone while you're driving can distract you and, unlike when someone is in the car with you, the person on the other end of a mobile phone is unable to see the traffic situations you're dealing with. They won't stop speaking to you even if you're approaching a hazardous situation. You need to concentrate on your driving at all times.
You're following a large vehicle. Why should you stay a safe distance behind it? You'll be able to corner more quickly, you'll help the large vehicle to stop more easily, you'll give the driver a chance to see you in their mirrors, you'll keep out of the wind better.
If you're following a large vehicle but are so close to it that you can't see its exterior mirrors, the driver won't be able to see you. Keeping well back will also allow you to see the road ahead by looking past the large vehicle.
How can you make sure that a satellite navigation, sat-nav, system doesn't distract you when you're driving? Turn it off while you're driving in built-up areas. Choose a voice that you find calming. Only set the destination when you're lost. Set it before starting your journey.
Sat-navs can be useful when driving on unfamiliar routes. However, they can also distract you and cause you to lose control if you look at or adjust them while you're driving. Set the sat-nav before starting your journey, or pull up in a safe place before making any changes to it.
What should you do when you're approaching traffic lights that have been green for some time? Accelerate hard, maintain your speed, be ready to stop, brake hard.
The longer traffic lights have been green, the sooner they'll change. Allow for this as you approach traffic lights that you know have been green for a while. They're likely to change soon, so you should be prepared to stop.
What should you do before making a U-turn? Give an arm signal as well as using your indicators. Check road markings to see that U-turns are permitted. Look over your shoulder for a final check. Select a higher gear than normal.
If you have to make a U-turn, slow down and ensure that the road is clear in both directions. Make sure that the road is wide enough for you to carry out the maneuver safely. Use your mirrors and look round to check it's safe before turning across the road.
You're waiting to emerge from a junction. The windscreen pillar is restricting your view. What should you be particularly aware of? Lorries, buses, motorcyclists, coaches.
Windscreen pillars can completely block your view of pedestrians, motorcyclists and cyclists. You should make a particular effort to look for these road users, don't just rely on a quick glance.
Why should you switch your headlights on when it first starts to get dark? To make your dials easier to see, so others can see you more easily, so that you blend in with other drivers, because the street lights are lit.
Your headlights and tail lights help others on the road to see you. It may be necessary to turn on your headlights during the day if visibility is reduced, for example, due to heavy rain. In these conditions, the light might fade before the street lights are timed to switch on. Be seen to be safe.
What should you do if your mobile phone rings while you're driving or riding? Stop immediately, answer it immediately, leave it until you have stopped in a safe place. Pull up at the nearest curb.
It's illegal to use a handheld mobile or similar device when driving or riding, except in a genuine emergency. The safest option is to switch off your mobile phone before you set off, and use a message service. If you've forgotten to switch your phone off and it rings, you should leave it. When you've stopped in a safe place, you can see who called and return the call if necessary.
You're traveling along this road. How should you pass the cyclist? Sound your horn as you pass. Keep close to them as you pass. Leave them plenty of room as you pass. Change down one gear before you pass.
Allow the cyclist plenty of room in case they wobble or swerve around a pothole or raised drain. Look well ahead before you start to overtake, because you'll need to cross the hazard line. Look for entrances where vehicles could be waiting to pull out.